Welcome back to the show, and thank you so much for watching Living Local today. So back pain is a condition that impacts millions of Americans, and those aches can slow down your everyday life. But today we're breaking down the causes of back pain and learning the potential benefits of physical therapy. And so here to share that insight with us today is Dan Bryan, and you are a physical therapist with advanced rehab and sports medicine.
Yes, Michaela, thank you for having me. So back pain is a very important aspect of our daily lives. Statistics show that about 80%, or 4 out of 5 of us, sometime throughout our lifetime are going to experience a major episode of low back pain that's going to interfere with our ability to work, our inability to participate with our families. So it is very important to take care of our backs so that we can be functioning in those situations and be productive and be happy with our families and our work activities. So.
Yeah. Is this a conversation that we should be starting earlier rather than later? Is it important to take care of our backs throughout our entire life?
Absolutely. So we are creatures of habit. So as we develop bad habits through our lifetime, that just increases chances of wear and tear on our spine. So the better that we can take care of ourselves through good flexibility, good strength, maintaining good postures, utilizing appropriate body mechanics when we lift, can minimize the detriments of a low back pain episode.
Okay, yeah, so there are definitely some things that you can do to prevent having these more intense episodes. You mentioned posture. I always notice that I'm kind of slouching here. How does posture play a part in really just the effects of the back pain that could happen?
Okay, so when we look at posture, I've got an example here of our spine. So this would be a side view of our spine here on this side. So what you can see is that the spine has some natural inward and outward curves. So in our neck we have an inward curve, our mid-back an outward curve, an inward curve back down in our low back. So when our spine is in good alignment, these curves are present and everything's happy in our body. So the ligaments, the muscles, everything's in a good length tension ratio type situation. Right. So if we slouch a lot, so like a lot of people during the pandemic found themselves at home stuck on a computer, not doing their normal workout activities, and as we start slouching, we start to reverse some of these curves, and then that starts to put stress on the ligaments and the muscles that are on either side of the spine, which then over time can eventually cause pain.
Understood. So it is important that we keep our shoulders back and think about our posture then.
Absolutely, yeah. That'll help minimize a lot of those effects. Now, as we're talking about posture, there were some studies in the past that showed how much pressure is in our discs. Now, the disc is it's a jelly-like structure in between each vertebrae, and that is designed to help absorb shock and allow us to move. But they showed studies, like, for example, like when we lay down at night to go to bed, only 25% of our body weight goes through our discs in our lumbar spine. As we stand up, that goes up to about 100%.
Right.
Now, just the act of sitting like you and I are right here now, that goes up 40% more. So it's 140% pressure on our back just from sitting versus standing at 100%. And then if we sit slouch, so if we're not maintaining good posture as we're sitting, that goes up another 40%. So we're at 180% of our body weight pressure through our low back from the act of slouching. So it is very important that we try to maintain good posture as we're doing those activities, especially sitting.
Yeah, absolutely. Things that you should kind of just keep in the back of your mind to maybe help with pain that could come up later on down the line. One other thing too I want to touch on, I know that there could be a more intense pain as well. Is it sciatica?
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Sure. So the sciatic nerve is a big nerve that goes down the back of your leg. So a lot of people will complain of pain in their back that goes down their kind of rear end, down their leg. And that sciatic nerve is composed of several different nerve roots. So as we look at the spine, you can see the spine has these little nerve roots coming out to the side. Well, the lower lumbar, the last 5 vertebrae there, those nerve roots come down, they join and form the sciatic nerve. So as that nerve goes down the leg, it supplies the muscles to our foot, our thigh, our calf, those muscles. Well, the sciatic nerve can cause problems if there's a true inflammation. So if there's inflammation of the nerve root itself or the nerve, there's another muscle in our rear end called the piriformis that if it's tight, it runs right through this area here. The nerve passes underneath there. So if it's tight, it'll put pressure on that nerve, then cause pain down the leg. The other thing that can cause that sciatic nerve type of symptom is if there's a bulging disc. So if we look here, right here we kind of see, now it's not as evident in our bodies, but we have a nice red bulging disc here. That puts pressure on the nerve root, which will then cause pain down the leg into the region that that nerve root supplies. So a bulging disc can have implications for pain down that sciatic nerve down into the leg.
Okay, now before we go, I still want to give you just a chance to talk about how physical therapy can kind of help ease some of that pain for folks.
So in terms of physical therapy, what we do, for example, if you were having an episode of sciatica or low back pain, we'd have you come in, we'd get a detailed history of what's been going on with you. So when did it start? How long has it been going on for? What has been the progression of it? Has it been getting better, getting worse? And then we're going to take a look at how you move. So we're going to look at your posture. We're going to look at your ability to bend forward, touch your toes. How well can you bend backwards? We're going to look at flexibility. We're going to look at your flexibility of your hamstrings, your leg muscles, different flexibility of other muscles around your back. We're also going to look at your core strength. So we're going to look at how your abdominal strength is and things like that. So then what we do is we develop a detailed plan to address those areas of weakness or those areas of tightness so that you could start working on some things at home to facilitate your own rehab process. We'd also get our hands on you and do some other hands-on type techniques, supervise exercises for you in the clinic, and then also just progress you through to the point that you can return back to your normal work activities or your normal family activities.
Yeah, and that would obviously be the end goal there. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing all of this very important information with folks.
Thank you very much, Michaela.
Absolutely. If you want to learn some more information about the services that they have to provide, you can go to advrehab.com, and we'll also have those details over on our website at arquadcities.com.